And hello everybody. Yeah, welcome to what should have been a Druids Dozen but isn't. Let me briefly explain. Last night in the UK we were hit by some pretty heavy storms. Now I live in a high-rise tower block that's currently undergoing renovation, and we're surrounded by scaffolding, and at 90-mile-an-hour winds started to rip substantial parts of that scaffolding down last night, hurling great big bits of iron across our car park, and basically making it unsafe to go out. So basically absolutely no sleep because of crashing and banging, left me absolutely knackered. So it's coming up to 3:30 in the afternoon. I've only just woken up. I haven't really had time to prepare the Druids. I've got the albums out, they're over there. I'll do them next week. But you know, I don't like to spend an hour or so before I come on here doing final research. Haven't had time for it. So I decided to do something a bit different. So no record reviews this week. Instead, I have a bit of musical gear reviewage to do. Like I said, I'm playing a couple of bands. There's Alien Stashed In, who's the kind of psychedelic space rock, heavy space rock band, and Zobb, who are an out-and-out punk band. And I didn't intend to get a new guitar, but, well, it's not exactly a new guitar, but it's new to me. But there again, it's not. Let me explain. I'll introduce you to her first. Here she is. Get it all on the shot there. This is a customised Hohner Session Pro. Originally a fairly cheap tail end of the Hohner range job, but I've had this for about 20 years, and I didn't get it new. I acquired it. Basically, guy I used to share the flat with also played guitar in a couple of bands, was also a bit of a record producer, and when he moved out, I went into his room to make sure he got everything and found two guitars sitting there, this one and a similar one. And basically I said, "If you've got any guitars?" He said, "No." He said, "You can have them." He goes, "I don't use them anymore." He said, "Both of them are broke." He said, "They're both planks." He said, "Do with them what you want." Well, that was 20 years ago, and for 20 years this has sat in a cupboard doing absolutely naff all. Then the other day I went to band practice with Alien Stashed In, and the guitarist in the band, Nick Hurley, came up to brought out a new guitar. Well, it wasn't actually a new guitar, it was one of his old ones that he customised. And basically he'd done a lovely job on it. It was kind of blue and cream swirls and completely done up. So he got chatting, and I eventually asked him, I've got a couple of old guitars, can you do one of mine? So I passed him over this one. Now, this was a real plank. Yes, it had a Seymour Duncan pickup, but the tuning nuts there were all bust. The neck was slightly out. The frets were all over the place. We had dead frets up the thing. The electrics were barely hanging in there. And I gave it to him. A week later, 1 week later, next band practice, he shows up and presents me with this baby. It's the same guitar, but he's done a job and a half on it. First thing he did was replace all the tuning nuts needed replacing. Replaced them. Gave it a complete rewire inside. The works are the same, just cleaned up it, but all the wires have been replaced. He sorted the neck out, reprofiled some of the frets, and gave the neck a rear line, get rid of the dead frets, and then did this gold on black dipped paintwork. Now, he did explain to me how it works. Apparently you need a bath with some cold water in it and a tin of car paint, and you kind of spray it on, spray the paint so it floats on top of the water, and you kind of dip the guitar in and let it run, and then you kind of tilt it and blow it, and yeah, there's the front plate. The back's beautiful there, like that. You come out with these completely unique designs, and so he's done me this one. He's done a couple of his own as well, and then there's this little kind of signature white section on the headstock there. Yeah. He's done a couple of his own guitars, and they look absolutely storming. So he gave me this one. Well, so I now got this one. It cost me very, very little. So yeah, I mean, I've been trying to badger it, you know, just the cost of the headstocks and the wiring basically in his time. So yeah, my new toy. Now, I've shown this to a few people, and a few other people have seen some of his other ones, and yeah, we keep telling him, because the guy's kind of sick of his existing job, and we've been telling him that he's done such a good job on these guitars, he should really think about going part-time or full-time doing them. He's umming and ahhing, and I'm hoping that, you know, we can persuade him to do some stuff. Anyway, so next thing is, okay, it looks great, but how does it play? Now, proviso here, I'm not a guitarist. I do not pretend to be a guitarist. I can knock a few chords and riffs out, and that's it. Yeah, I've been in a couple of bands and that, been in bands all my life, but I've been damned lucky in the fact that I've always had damn talented guitarists working alongside me. I'll give you a few names: Dave Ribbett, Mark Paddy Neely, James Cogan, Nick Hurley, John Gould, Dave Seawood. There are others in the mix as well, Chris Bryant, various bands I've been in that have been damn fine guitarists, and I'll let them do all the flash stuff. I'll just play a bit of rhythm and the occasional bluesy lead break should the need desire it. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what she does. The amp I'm using is my little home practice amp. You can see it over here. It's a Marshall G30R CD. Not a particularly great amp. It's a little Marshall practice home, but I use this one at home because it's got headphone sockets that I can practice with at home without disturbing the missus or the neighbours. Although at the moment, the missus and the neighbours are having to put up with me playing for 10 minutes. So, sorry. Anyway, I'm always doing it. I'll put the volume up. I'll do that live as well. Anyway, it's as I said, I'm no guitarist. I'm a bluffer. I'm a hand-fisted, bar-chorded in rhythm guitarist, and that's it. But basically, this is a joy to play. I was using a PRS SET guitar I bought about 10 years ago. It's been my main guitar up until now, but this has replaced the PRS as my main guitar I'm using for Alien Stashed In. I'm still using a 1984 Western Thunder 1A for my punk band Zobb, and I've got a couple of other guitars as well. So basically, if you're interested in seeing the rest of my guitar collection, so this is my, I call this my Hurley. My Hurley Custom. There we go. There's the front. Flip him over. There's the back. Then, but if you want to see the rest of them, like I said, I've got this one's brother that's new out of use, my Western, my PRS, and I've also got a Diamond, which is an interesting little guitar. So yeah, and a couple of acoustics. So if you're interested in seeing the rest of my guitar collection, give me a shout and I'll make these an occasional video. I'll be back next week with a brand new Druids Dozen, where I will be doing album reviews again. And you know, so until next week, goodbye. See ya.